Hi everyone, thanks for joining me again today. We're going to go through another yoga flow. Let's just start in easy C, closing our eyes, drawing our shoulders down our back, and taking a nice deep breath in. We're going to go through alternate nostril breathing today. So go ahead and take your thumb to your right nostril and your ring finger to your left. And I'm going to talk you through how to go through this breathing technique. So the first thing you'll do is unplug your right nostril, releasing your thumb. Take a deep breath in through your right nostril, plug both at the top of the breath, and then release your ring finger to exhale out of your left nostril. Inhaling through the left, go ahead and plug both at the top of the breath. Exhale, releasing the thumb out of the right nostril. Inhale right. Hold both at the top of the breath, release the ring, exhale left, inhale left, hold both at the top of your breath and release to exhale out of your mouth. Take a deep breath in, stretching your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Let's come to a nice seated forward fold. Be mindful that your sits bones don't lift up off of your mat here. You're gluing them down, getting a nice deep stretch in your hips and your back. Breathing into the back of your body here. And then coming up and over your knees, meeting in tabletop, shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. We'll start with a few rounds of cat and cow here. So start to move at your own pace. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, round your back like an angry cat, pressing through your palms. One more time here. Getting some nice mobility in your spine, and then meeting me back in tabletop. On your inhale, step your right foot to the back of the mat and drive through your right heel, feeling a nice big stretch come into the back of the leg, your calf muscle. And then like you're stepping on a gas pedal in the car, start to drive through your toe ball, releasing your toes to the ceiling and taking your gaze up with it. As you exhale, round your back and come knee to nose, just like a cat back. Inhale, gaze lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Once more, inhale. This is just a little variation on cat and cow. Rounding your back, starting to fire up that core, coming back to table and coming right into that left side, driving through the left foot and the left heel, stretching out the calf. And then just as you did on the first side, starting to drive through that toe ball and reaching the toes and the gaze for the ceiling. Exhale, knee to nose, rounding your back. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze and the toes. Exhale, round your back. Good, and once more. Exhale, knee to nose. Coming right back down into tabletop. Tuck your toes and hover your knees about an inch, firing up that core. Hold here. And then we'll release that shape into downward facing dog, our upside down V. This is a full body engagement and stretch. Start to pedal through those feet, working a little bit deeper into the hips and the knees. Stretching your shoulders and melting your chest for your thighs. Come up to the toe balls and start to walk towards the top of your mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Your head hangs nice and heavy here. Take a deep breath in and out as you bend your knees. Grab opposite elbows and let your spine decompress here. This is such a nice way to take a little bit more of a passive compression version of forward folds. Go ahead and come out of that and take a deep breath in to lift halfway. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees and sequentially roll up through your spine here, one vertebrae at a time, coming to Tadasana Mountain Pose. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up, upward salute, and exhale to fold. Good. We're going to take a halfway lift here, refold over your legs, and then plant your left hand to the center of your feet. Bending your left knee and breathing in to sweep your right arm up, stacking your shoulders and getting a nice deep stretch into the outside of that right leg, your IT band. Go ahead and replace that left hand with the right and come right into that other side, bending the right and lengthening the left. Beautiful. Bring your hand back down. Forward fold. Breathe in and lift halfway. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees a lot and step your left foot to the back of the mat. We're going to drop that back knee down and untuck your toes to come into crescent lunge. Crescent lunge is the only lunge in yoga where your knee can track past your ankle to stretch the front of that left hip. If you're feeling any pressure in your knee, just press into the top of that left foot. On your inhale, sweep your arms all the way up towards the ceiling and exhale to bring your fingertips down to frame out that foot. Tuck your left toes and we're rocking our way back into runner's lunge, lengthening through that right leg. And making sure you're really releasing through your head and neck here. We tend to hold tension in our upper body in our lunges. Go ahead and rock back forward, tracking your knee directly over your ankle now and driving through that back heel to lift your left knee off the mat. Low lunge with your fingertips hovered. Take one more breath in here. Start to bring your arms to frame out your ears and lift your upper body up to high lunge. Shoulders are relaxed down your back, and again, that knee is directly over your ankle at a 90-degree angle. Soften your back knee and step right up into chair pose. Holding here, and then inhale to rise up. Exhale, forward folds. Stretching through your hamstrings, breathe in and halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Step both feet back, high plank pose. Take a deep breath in, drop your knees, chest, and chin on your exhale. Inhale low or high cobra, depending on where you feel your back bend is. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog again. Pedal through those feet. We'll come right into that other side. Keeping things moving here, forward fold at the top of the mat. Take a deep breath in and lift halfway. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, sequentially roll up to Dasana mountain pose. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees a lot here. Step your right foot to the back of the mat this time. We're coming right back into that crescent lunge on the left side. So again, your knee can track past your ankle in crescent to stretch the front of the right hip flexor this time. And if you feel you can, sink a little bit deeper as you take deep breaths here. Breathe in to sweep your arms all the way up and exhale to lower them to frame out the foot. Tuck your right toes and stretch it back, runner's lunge. Keep flexing actively through that left ankle. Bring your toes up towards the ceiling. On your next inhale, shift forward, again aligning the knee over the ankle, driving through that back foot and hovering the fingertips for low lunge. Deep breath in and out through your nose. Begin to take those arms by your ears to frame out and lift up for traditional high lunge. Good. One more deep breath in here. Soften that back knee and step it up again for chair pose, squeezing your inner thighs together and holding here. Breathe in, rise up. Exhale, forward folds. Take a deep breath in and lift halfway. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees and step your feet back, plank pose. Dropping your knees, chest, and chin again for a modified vinyasa flow. Inhale, coming to either low or high cobra. And then as you exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Go ahead and drop your knees down to the sides of the mat, toes come together, and come on down into child's pose. If you want a little bit of a tricep stretch, you can take your hands to prayer and tuck them right behind the nape of your neck. I think this feels really nice after doing those chaturanga arm movements. Coming out of this child's pose, we're going to roll up and over the ankles, bringing the feet towards the front of your mat and coming right down to your back. Our inversion today is going to be shoulder stand. So kick those toes all the way up and cradle the low back into the hands for support. So supported shoulder stand. And try to get those hips over your shoulders as much as you can. This is a tough one for me. My upper back and neck tends to be a little bit tight. So if that is relatable to you, just keep breathing and do what you can here. Really use those hands for support. Inversions are so good for your body, just getting that oppositional blood flow. Start to soften your knees and pull them into your chest, giving yourself a little hug. And then go ahead and release your left leg long to the mat. We're going to come to a twist. So take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, carry your right leg over to the left side of your mat as you gaze towards that right hand. Taking a few breaths here. Twisting is so important for our detox system in the body. Really wonderful for your internal organs. Coming center, go ahead and switch off to that left side. Inhale, and as you exhale, send the left leg over to the right side of your mat as you gaze towards the left side. Nice full exhales here. Inhale, bringing the knees back into the chest. Go ahead and come down to your back. Finishing up in Shavasana, taking a few slow, deep breaths here to close out this brief movement practice. Let your body be still and calm as you take nice full Ujjayi breaths in through your belly, rib cage, and chest. Mindfully making our way out of Shavasana, pull your knees into your chest and roll off to the right side for fetal position, mindfully pressing yourself up to an easy seat again. We'll take 2 cleansing breaths to close. Take a deep breath in through your nose, exhale out your mouth and release. Good. Once more, inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Thank you so much for joining me today.